Hello everyone, welcome to the US Immigration News. On 20th of January 2025, Donald Trump will take the oath of office as the 47th President of the United States. And as he has been saying over the years, and there will be significant changes in how this nation approaches immigration. We are not predicting the future, but it seems certain that immigration policies will take a different path going forward. This is what we can say, at least based on what Republican Party or President Donald Trump in this video. Now let's look at the likely shifts in immigration policy under the renewed leadership of Donald Trump, drawing insights from his past actions and his current plans for the future. If you are interested in this topic, please stay tuned until end of the video. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video and look at them one by one. Let's begin with the broader context. Immigration enforcement and policy have varied dramatically across recent administrations. Under President Trump's first term, deportation numbers surged to levels higher than those seen under the Obama administration, reflecting a strict and aggressive approach to immigration enforcement. Then, under President Biden, deportation numbers initially dropped significantly as the administration introduced humanitarian programs aimed at creating legal migration pathways. However, in later years, deportation numbers spiked again, reflecting the growing complexities at the border. These shifts underline the deep connection between immigration policy and the political priorities of each administration. With President Trump's inauguration set for January 20th, 2025, we can anticipate swift and significant policy changes. Based on his previous presidency and recent rhetoric, it is likely that the new administration will issue a series of executive orders immediately to reverse key Biden-era policies. These actions are expected to focus on tightening border security and restricting pathways for legal and illegal immigration. One of the first areas likely to be targeted is the dismantling of humanitarian programs introduced during the Biden administration. These programs, which allowed migrants with US-based sponsors to enter the country legally, were designed to provide a safe and orderly alternative to illegal border crossings. Advocates of these initiatives argue that they helped reduce chaos at the border by offering migrants a legitimate pathway into the United States. However, the incoming Trump administration views these programs as an overreach of federal authority, claiming they incentivize illegal immigration. Their removal would likely push more migrants toward dangerous and unauthorized border crossings, increasing risks such as human trafficking, exploitation, and fatalities in treacherous environments. In addition to dismantling their Biden-era policies, the Trump administration is poised to reinstate key policies from his first term. One of the most significant of these is the Migrant Protection Protocols, commonly known as the Remain in Mexico policy. This policy requires asylum seekers to remain in Mexico while their cases are processed in U.S. immigration courts. Proponents argue that this policy reduces fraudulent asylum claims, but critics highlight the harsh conditions migrants face while waiting in border towns. Unsafe shelters, limited legal resources, and exposure to crime. Restoring this policy would also require negotiations with the Mexican government, which would need to agree to house large numbers of migrants once again. Another hallmark of Trump's immigration enforcement strategy is workplace raids. During his first term, immigration authorities conducted high-profile raids on factories, farms, and other industries suspected of employing undocumented workers. These actions led to thousands of arrests, and while supporters argue that they enforce immigration laws effectively, critics say they disrupt families and communities without addressing the systemic exploitation of undocumented workers. The Biden administration shifted focus to targeting employers who exploit these workers, but the incoming Trump administration is likely to revert to visible enforcement through workplace raids, making it a prominent feature of its immigration strategy. Perhaps the most controversial of Trump's proposed changes is his plan to challenge birthright citizenship. For over a century, the 14th Amendment has been interpreted to grant citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. President Trump has repeatedly criticized this policy, arguing that it encourages illegal immigration and so-called birth tourism. Ending birthright citizenship would require significant constitutional changes and would likely face immediate legal challenges. However, the very proposal creates fear and uncertainty in immigrant communities, further polarizing the debate on immigration. Another critical issue is the handling of undocumented families. During Trump's first term, the administration faced widespread criticism for a family separation policy that removed children from their parents at the border. While this policy was later rescinded, it remains one of the most controversial aspects of his immigration legacy. This time, the Trump administration may adopt a different approach. Former Trump immigration official Tom Homan has proposed that families facing deportation be allowed to self-deport together. This would mean undocumented parents could choose to take their U.S. citizen children with them when deported, avoiding forced separations. While this proposal aims to keep families together, it raises questions about the integration of American-born children into countries where they may have no cultural or linguistic ties. These potential policies will not go unchallenged. Legal battles are almost certain, especially around proposals like ending birthright citizenship and reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy. Humanitarian concerns will also come to the forefront as critics argue that these policies place vulnerable individuals at risk. For instance, forcing asylum seekers to wait in dangerous border towns or housing migrants in overcrowded detention centers could exacerbate an already strained immigration system. For individuals directly impacted by these changes, preparation will be critical. Staying informed is essential, as immigration policies can change rapidly under new leadership. Monitoring government announcements, legal developments, and reliable news sources will help those affected navigate the evolving landscape. Organizing documentation, such as proof of employment and family ties, will be crucial for those applying for visas, green cards, or asylum. And seeking legal guidance from experienced immigration attorneys can make a significant difference in navigating these complex and shifting policies. In conclusion, the inauguration of Donald Trump as the 47th President of the United States on January 20th, 2025, will mark the beginning of a new chapter in U.S. immigration policy. From reinstating enforcement-heavy measures to challenging long-standing constitutional interpretations, these changes reflect a broader vision of deterrence and control. Supporters of these policies argue that they are necessary to restore order to the immigration system, while critics warn of their far-reaching humanitarian and legal implications. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas, such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe channel for more U.S. immigration news videos.